Welcome to the November 21st, 2020 issue of Tokyo Spark. This is issue number 12, and we bring you a historical account of what Japanese noodles were like in the 17th century Tokyo, which was then called Edo. Japan's first floating hotel, Toranomon activities, excellent craft beer, and a bakery that was built for a 13-year-old kid with special needs. Let's get into this. Noodles have been popular since at least the Edo period. Imagine it. It's the 17th century Tokyo, which was then called Edo. Little wooden food stalls popping up all over the place. They're called yatai. They're serving sushi, tempura, and a variety of Japanese noodles like soba and udon. Called Ni-hachi back then, these noodle dishes were a staple food for many, especially single men. Much like one would visit a convenience store today, yatai offered a vital service for those who could not cook for themselves or maybe didn't have the time. Nihachi soba now, technically, means soba containing 20% wheat and 80% buckwheat. Ni means 2 in Japanese, hachi means 8, so 2, 8, niju percent, 20%, and hachiju, or 80%. This article by Nippon.com is an interesting trek through history as it recounts the early recordings of a Japanese historian whose drawings and writings explain the noodle culture a few hundred years ago. Soba noodles, or buckwheat flour noodles, and the huge variety of ways it's used: toshikoshi soba, kitsune soba, shina soba, tsukimi soba, shinsu soba, and more. And the soba yatai, also known as the soba ya, brought this versatile dish into Edo, setting the stage for modern soba shops of today's Tokyo. I absolutely recommend reading the article. The history lesson is fascinating, and it's not really that long of a read. Number 2, now there is a floating hotel in Tokyo. If you didn't know, in downtown Tokyo, there are waterway-like canals, somewhat similar to like what you'd find in Italy. Of course, not on that level, but they do exist. And you can go for a nice float around Tokyo if you desired. And now there is a new hotel, Japan's first floating hotel, actually, in the Tennozu Warehouse district of Shinagawa. The area is rich with history and art, a fantastic place to stay to take in the surroundings. The hotel is called Petals, and apparently it's inspired by the look of lotus petals floating on water. Okay, I'll bite. That does sound like a lofty goal for a hotel to mimic, and if you squint just right, I guess you could say they achieved it. But the rooms are nice, and they have a great focus on providing an all-natural and amenities type of situation. Plus, it's walking distance from Shinagawa Station, so yeah, worth a stay if you're looking for a hotel that isn't run-of-the-mill. Now the quick hits. Looking for something to do in the Toranomon area? Tokyo Cheapo has a nice guide. If they're picking 5 different things, I recommend the Okura Museum of Art. It's on their list. It does cost 1,000 yen to get in, but it's a pretty cool experience. Find a warm, relaxing atmosphere and some of the best craft beer at Craft Beer Tap Fam 333. Yes, that is the name of the place. It's in Sendagaya, Tokyo. The last thing on this list, the last thing for this issue. Now, this is not technically in Tokyo, but it's too good not to share. This is a new, super teeny tiny bakery in the Shiga Prefecture, which is over near Nagoya, that was built for a 13-year-old kid with a psychiatric disorder. For real. And yes, the story is worth reading. That's it for this issue of Tokyo Spark. I hope if you're not subscribed, you please do. If you're on YouTube or on the podcast, please go to the show notes, click the link to subscribe via email, or subscribe in podcasts or YouTube if you'd like. Hit the like and share. Please share. The more people who join, the more we can help discover new things about Tokyo. And until the next issue, take care.